Hey there, my name is Pravus, and welcome to more Europa Universalis 4. We have a new immersion pack that is being released as of tomorrow called The Lions of the North. And Paradox Interactive got me early access so I could record this series, so I am very excited. Now, this immersion pack is, of course, very much focused around the Scandinavian and the Baltic regions, and you get a whole mess of new mission trees, including, let's say, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Livonian Order, Riga, Lithuania, Poland, the Teutons, even a tiny little independent nation of Gotland over here, which can become a pirate republic right off the bat, which is kind of exciting. But also, one thing that's really cool is a lot of these mission trees are kind of dynamic. The exact rewards or path that you will take to accomplish them might change based on some of the choices you make in a lot of different events, which is kind of unique and exciting. So I want to give this one a go. Now the real question is, what nation do we want to play as for this particular series? And I've decided to go with the classic, Sweden. The actual Lion of the North, the titular country of this immersion pack. Sweden has a really cool looking focus tree, which I really want to mess with, and also is in a pretty decent position to really project its power and become Scandinavia fairly early on in the game. And yes, by the way, forming Scandinavia is totally worth it, and the exact results of what you get out of that in terms of mission tree and national ideas will change depending on who forms it. That's new and exciting. But anyway, yeah, let's play as Sweden. We'll talk about a lot of the new features of this immersion pack as we go, including government reforms, changes in buildings, idea groups, etc. For now, let's just jump into Iron Man mode and see if we can hunt some achievements. Of course, achievement hunting on a fresh DLC is always a little bit risky, but alright, we'll go with that anyway. So here's our position as Sweden. Now, in the beginning of the game, of course, we do start off in a personal union with Denmark, and one of our top priorities is going to be gaining independence so that we can then start conquering Norway, Novgorod, the rest of the Baltics, and start projecting our power as far as possible, right? That's our early goal, and one cool thing about the mission tree here is it actually is set up to help you accomplish that goal early on. For example, build up your force limit. You'll get an event that helps you along the way. Get some allies, or at the very least some people who like you that don't like Denmark. You can force them to support your independence. Get an advisor, get a great general, right? Make the estate support you. All of this leading toward a mission to declare independence, gain some stability, and go for it. And depending on if you decide to go for it alone or with help, your rewards are going to change. But after that, what is going to be our longer term goal? Well, that's where we need to start thinking about some of the achievements. So there are 4 specific achievements that I want to go for. Well, a couple of them are old and a couple of them are going to be new. The Lion of the North is a classic. Start as Sweden, lead the Protestant League to victory against the Emperor. But this actually could pair nicely with a new achievement called Assembly Instructions Required, where we form Scandinavia, which we're going to do anyway, and then revoke the privilegia of the Holy Roman Empire while being the Emperor. So if we're careful, we might be able to lead the Protestant League, create a Protestant HRE, and then coming out of that war, immediately become the Emperor and start playing the HRE game. Haven't done that in a long time, so that could be kind of fun. There's also an achievement called Sweden is Not Overpowered. Let's see, where are you? There it is, where we have to have cores on the entire Baltic coastline. We're going to do that anyway, no problem. And also a new achievement called Super Trooper, where starting as Sweden, we enact a new type of government reform called the allotment system, then have 80 regiments of Karelian infantry raised at the same time with 40% infantry combat ability. Now, a fun fact about Sweden in particular is it does have a unique special type of infantry. I don't think we have access to at the beginning of the game, but we will later. And it gives you basically extra morale damage and less shock received. But the limitation is you can only have 1 regiment for every 20 development you have that is either of Swedish or Finnish culture, so you can't just have a ton of them. But building tall as Sweden gives you a really strong infantry base, so that'll be kind of fun for us. For now, let's just play the game. Denmark, what's your starting situation? You are disliked by Poland, Lithuania, and the Teutons. I would have really liked it if England was rival to you, but since they are not, that's fine. We are going to go to such folks as Poland and Lithuania and the Teutons and start improving relations with all of these guys right away. Because I know that if I have a mission over here for Swedish allies, all I need to do is have at least 2, preferably 3, countries that don't like Denmark have 100 opinion of me. That's what I want them to do. Then I get an event, and I can make them support my independence. That's going to make my life a heck of a lot easier. Let's temporarily mothball some of these forts, by the way. I do not need some of that. I would like to train up to my force limit. What is that going to take for us? 4 more infantry. We could technically hire up the local free company for fairly cheap, and that wouldn't be bad, but I'd rather honestly just have my own infantry. So let's train up 4 more. That spends kind of all of my money, but I still think that's going to be worth it for us. We're going to reduce army maintenance so I'm not losing too much of my money. Now let's go over to the estates and think about what we want to do here. So I've got 26% of my crown land here. That's not an absolute ton. We might want to summon the Diet first, get their loyalty high. Then we will start trying to go for the extra monarch points, which is gonna make me lose some of my crown land. We're probably to go down to 0%. At which point I'll do sale of titles, and we're gonna try to force an event to fire. What is it, the statutory estates or something like that? And see if we can keep these permanently. Lots of extra monarch points are gonna be good. So let's start by handing off the monthly administrative power. Let's go for the military power. And I want this, but we don't have enough crown land to go around, do we? I could seize land, and this would work, to just hand it off immediately, but it would upset a lot of people. Let's go for some of the Diet. Get their loyalty up. Let's see what our options are. We need some base tax or prestige or have production. I'm going to get prestige easily, and I'd like some admin power. So let's do that. We're going to seize land. That's going to upset them. Then we're going to go for the land of commerce. And now we have extra monarch points going across the board, but basically no crown lands at all. So we're going to end up having that event fire, probably for sure. Anything else here jump out at me as something really, really good? Oversight by the clergy, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to reduce my morale. Church sanctuaries isn't bad. I mean, yeah, you have the papal influence and stuff. We're gonna be building churches. This is okay, at least until we get away from Catholicism. Nothing else I need there. Nobility, increase levies. Right of council isn't too bad. I guess we're gonna do this. Pick that one up, and supremacy over the crown is probably no, not now. And then for these guys, we could go for patronage of the arts. Can you still revoke this? You can't. Okay, this used to be a thing where you could kind of cheese it by getting it and then getting rid of it and just doing it again and again, getting some extra prestige, at least for a little while, but we're not gonna worry about that. That's fine though. We lose some taxes, gain prestige. I need prestige right now anyway. Then we'll go for, let's say, the free enterprise, and private trade fleets wouldn't be bad. Though it does give me a lot of extra influence, but I like the trade power and the light ship cost, so we'll go ahead and pick that up as well. Okay, all of that is looking good. Let's unpause the game. So we are letting people do their thing here. Now, what is it gonna take for us to get the mission? We need to have at least 3 privileges granted to at least 2 estates. So actually, I need to give 1 more privilege to either the clergy or the nobility to get the next one. Got it. 2. What do we want? What do we want? What do we want? Good question. We could reduce taxes in order to gain manpower. I don't see that as too important. What about the religious? We could go for the clerical ministers, oversight by the clergy. This could kind of work. It's not great, but it doesn't cost me anything. It's just absolutism, which isn't a thing anyway. So we finish that, then we're gonna click the button. So now we can take an offer from one of the estates, and this is gonna put us in debt with somebody, either the burghers or the clergy in this case. So we can start the construction of 10 galleys for free, and it takes only 10% of the time. But then we are in debt with the burghers, losing legitimacy, and they're gonna be disloyal until we can find a way to pay off the debt. That's gonna be a year of income, and then we have to have 4 agendas completed for the burghers. Or we can take the offer of the clergy, make the Pope like me. I dislike the idea of getting some free stability. Again, we're gonna lose some legitimacy and stuff, but that's not too bad. Then we have to build churches, get papal influence, and have prestige, and maybe have 10% crown land or pass some of their agendas. No problem. Or we could just take prestige. But I like this. 200 papal influence right off the bat. That ain't half bad. Let's go ahead and at least buy 1 stability. I'm gonna save the rest because we're probably gonna get another stability in a minute, but let's hold on to some of that. So that's not too bad. We do need to get a military advisor. Now for that, I need a little bit of money, but that's okay. It looks like we get a gift to the state. Well, hello, money. Let's go ahead and take that. And it looks like Denmark is trying to reduce my liberty desire. That really doesn't matter too much. There's the estate's statutory rights. So we're gonna get some of our crown land back but then we have to accept minimum autonomy for a while. That's okay, though. I'm fine with that. Let's get our crown land right back up to something reasonable. And it looks like Poland did take the personal union with Lithuania. So I no longer think that improving relations with these guys is too relevant, but now with Poland and Lithuania on our side, we can obliterate Denmark, and I'll probably use these guys against Muscovy in the future as well. All right, so that's all a thing. That's good. As far as an advisor, there's our heir of 504. It's part of the personal union. We don't really care. Reinforce speed, fort defense. I guess I could take a fort defense guy. He's not exactly great, but we'll take him. That's going to finish off another mission, which gets us a new leader. It's going to be Johan Vasa, the actual leader of Sweden when they declared independence, I think. Historically speaking. So we get, Vasa leads the rebellion for at least a while, reducing our unrest and giving us liberty desire, and we get a 1441 general right off the bat. And it looks like Johan will become king if we do win our independence. So that's all pretty cool. Let's put a general in charge. We also have built up to our force limit, I think. So now we need to be high in our liberty desire. Let's see, I've got 65% right now. If we can get support independence by Poland and the Teutons, I'm pretty sure that's going to kick us above 100%, at which point we're done. Looks like the Teutons are actually willing to support my independence right off the bat anyway. Does anyone else dislike you? It looks like Scotland doesn't like you. We can try to get these guys on our side. Let's improve relations with them next. Denmark just declared a war on Novgorod. That's an interesting choice. I'm not sure if that changes anything on my end. I don't think so. So we have now at least got 3 people who like me with over 100 opinion who do not like Denmark. So now we have supporters of Swedish independence. Every rival or enemy of Denmark with at least a 0 opinion of Sweden now is going to support my independence. Or we could say, we don't need help. We don't need help. We can take out the Danes all on our own. And if we do so, we get some really nice bonuses toward the end. Or we could just say, nah, we're gonna lose liberty desire and stay a personal union. I actually want to take the allies. I know there's some really good benefits we could get, but getting Poland and Lithuania as an ally is gonna be kind of hard once I'm independent. So forcing them to be my ally now and then maintaining that relationship is gonna be a lot easier. So we pick that up. We've got support for independence. I now have over 100 liberty desire. Let's go ahead and take the next event. So we can go for 10,000 manpower and make Denmark unhappy. Who cares? Manpower is manpower. I will take it. Thank you very much. Okay, so with all of that set and ready to go, now we just need to declare our war against Denmark. Fun fact, personal unions now can declare their independence, or maybe even all vassals, can declare independence even while you're at war. It used to be that that was not the case, but now it totally is. We have to wait until this war is over, but now we can go for it. And I'm gonna call in Scotland, Poland, Lithuania, and the Teutonic Order against Norway, Holstein, and Stettin. No problem at all. Declare the war, and guess what? We have a whole bunch of their troops now stuck between our lines, and we're killing them all! Suckers! All right, you go ahead and march over here into the woods in a defensive terrain. That's fine. Looks like Norway's actually on my capital, which is kind of hilarious, but fine. Let's go for declare independence. That gets me my stability right back. Ba-boom, thank you. And also some other things came out of that one. Now we have a whole bunch of other missions, but for now, let's go grab another stability from the Holy See, making use of that extra political power we had. And then let's attack these guys here. We just stack wiped the Danes. Let's go ahead and try to attack the Norwegians, see if we can catch them. We probably could if I try. Let us recall from the Teutons, no longer necessary. I am, however, going to go ahead and boost relations with all allies. He's stuck on a fort. We have a straight crossing penalty, but it shouldn't be that bad. And we stack wiped the Norwegians. Beautimus. Now we just march down over here and take on Lund. In the meantime, Poland, Lithuania, and the Teutons are all united by a common enemy and should start to murder all of the allies of Denmark. And that should be it, honestly. We're looking at independence at this point, I think. Let's see. I do want to pull off some units here so we don't take a stupid amount of attrition. So let's go ahead and move there. You only need 6, but I'm gonna leave behind a few just in case he attacks. So we'll do that, then send you over there, and then we'll just do this, and there we go. We'll just go for a quick little siege of this area. I do want to take this land if I can, but the most important thing, obviously, is getting my own independence. So we're going to go for that. Now, one problem is we're probably not going to have any naval dominance. The Teutons are not going to be enough. Scots, definitely not enough. They just found that out the hard way. Sorry, guys. So we're not going to worry about that. I don't think they have very many troops. We can afford to actually move our troops over here and try to siege down, let's say, Akershus or something like that. Or maybe we want to go and take down Norway. Now, if we can get over here and actually take down their capital fort, that obviously makes my life a lot easier. So let's try for some of that too. Now, I do want to attack Novgorod as soon as they are done with this war. Muscovy's going to eat a chunk of them. If I can vassalize these guys, that would actually be a really good vassal to use against Muscovy going forward, but I don't know that we're going to get that. For now, let's just go ahead and start building up a spy network, because maybe I can get some claims against them once this war is done, and then we'll use that to go ahead and launch into a war immediately after all of this is done. Alrighty, all this is looking good. Let's just sit back and wait for this fort to be finished, which shouldn't take terribly long, I would hope. Let's take a look at some other new stuff that has occurred with this expansion. Under the map modes, where are... Well, I can at least show you this. There is a new Great Wonder. It used to be that there was this little local modifier in Dalaskogen, or however you say that, Dalaskogen, I have no idea. But it was a ridiculously overpowered province that produced a huge amount of copper, like a shocking number of local goods production, and then copper's valuable, so you'd make a lot of money as Sweden from one tiny little province with only 5 dev. Well, they got rid of that and instead replaced it with a Great Wonder, which is arguably even better. This thing's ridiculous. So we have 3 local goods produced of copper. That alone is worth a lot of money. Then if you improve this even further, you can get as much as 9 local goods, and then reduce local construction costs and time by 20%, and then globally, artillery costs 20% less. That's really stinking good! This is an unbelievably strong province. I'm very happy to be holding on to it. So yeah, we like in a big way. I plan on upgrading that thing for sure. Make the nobility unhappy, get in diplomatic insult. Don't really care, we'll just go ahead and gain some loyalty, lose a bit of prestige. We'll get prestige later, I'm sure, it'll be fine. Could invest in military tech 4, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'll just pick that sucker up. Can we get over here into Trondelag and actually seize this down right now? I think the answer is yes, once these guys are all in position. As long as we don't take too much attrition, that should be fine. Denmark doesn't actually have very many troops sitting around, so I actually feel comfortable pulling some extra reinforcements over here. And then we can just sit here and take down this fort. In the meantime, Poland is currently sieging down some extra forts over here. Waiting for Stettin to go down. Shouldn't take too much longer. Would love to get some money off of them. Extra money would be nice right now, since my purse is looking a little bit, a little bit empty at the moment. So we'll go to you, and maybe if I were to pillage your capital, that would give me a little bit of aggressive expansion. 6.6%. I think I just kind of accept that. We just go ahead and take some money and maybe some war reps, and I think that's going to have to be good enough. I want to take some early development. Early development in my capital is going to make my life a lot easier, but also is going to help me once I can get those unique Swedish infantry. So let's just go ahead and do that while it's relatively early in the game, and no one else is particularly mad at me. As long as this war goes on a little bit, we'll burn some of that aggressive expansion off, no big deal. Looks like Poland got caught with their pants down, but they just got some reinforcements. We did lose some siege progress, which sucks. I'd happily move over to the capital in Sjælland, which, by the way, I think also has a new unique great project, Kronborg. I think that's new. But we obviously don't have any naval supremacy, so that is not going to be a thing anytime soon. Now we just sit back and wait for the forts. And don't worry, by the way, I do not intend on turning this into a series where I do lots and lots of jump cuts. I really can't afford to do that too much right now. But while there's basically nothing happening, yeah, I'll go ahead and do occasional jumps here and there. We've got 74% war score. That's pretty solid. If we hold off on 1 or 2 more forts, it's going to get even better, obviously. So we'll try for that. Glory for the Horn. I could really use some legitimacy, so let's go ahead and boost that up. We're probably going to have to take out a second loan in a bit. That's not a big deal. I do see that the Danes are trying to get back over here. We can stack wipe that at any point. I'm not worried about it. Let's just let these guys siege this down. There goes another loan. And yeah, we'll go ahead and send you down over here. We can go for the admin tech. I guess I'll go ahead and take that. I do need some admin points to core a bunch of territory, so it's debatable that that wasn't worth it, but Oh well, that's another stack wipe. Yeah, yeah, they can't do a thing. So we're sitting at 86% war score now. The question is, am I greedy? Do we want to go for Trondelag over here? Probably not. I don't think there's a lot that we gain out of Trondelag right now, so we ignore that. Novgorod is still at war with Denmark, by the way, so we're going to be able to eat them pretty soon. But they're distracted, not picking up any new allies, which is what I like to see. So that's 89% war score. Let's go ahead and pull my troops off and move these guys over here into Viborg because I plan on attacking. This province, by the way, apparently can become really good. I was talking to Chewy Shoot about it. And I guess apparently in this particular province, you can stack up a lot of attrition for enemies, and it becomes an absolute death zone. I'm not sure how to make that happen myself. I'm not sure I need to, but it's interesting. Anyway, so, Denmark, hi, how you doing there? First things first, you are going to grant me my independence. Thank you. I'm also going to take these provinces because I believe that I do have claims on all of them, so let's go ahead and take some of that. There is not enough aggressive expansion to trigger any sort of coalition, so I don't have to worry about that at all. Taking more land than this is probably overly aggressive. The question is, do I want to go for some pillaging and stuff? Oh, Holstein, I guess we could actually piece out separately. Let's go ahead and do that. So pillaging them would get me a little bit more aggressive expansion. You got 10 dev over here. That's probably needlessly aggressive, isn't it? And yet, I think I can still pull it off. We're gonna take your money and stuff as well. Oh, wait, you're a part of a union as well? Oh, you're a vassal. Oh, okay, never mind. Never mind, I thought that was gonna work. It did not. So, war reps, sure. Trade power could be nice, but I think instead I'll just take some raw cash. And then we could pillage the capital of somebody, let's say Norway. Yeah, and we'd lose just like 12 ducats to do that. That does create a coalition, but it's only Denmark. Now, that said, if I take some land off of Novgorod, we're looking at possibly creating some aggressive expansion that way as well. So maybe we don't want to pillage. Maybe I just want to take it a little bit easy so I can take more land from Novgorod, because there's at least these two provinces still left, and I need both of these. I want to take these and deny Muscovy access to the Baltics so I control the trade and any naval access. It's going to make my life a whole lot easier. So we'll instead just go for some pillaging, and I guess I could try to take this island, but I think that's still a little bit much for right now. Let's just go for this. This is a reasonable, strong, powerful start for Sweden. Ba-boom, we are independent. We get permanent claims now on a whole lot of areas, which is interesting. And now we have the choice. Do we want to go with Johan Vasa as our king, or do we want to give someone else a chance? Now, this could be good if you don't like the stats of Johan Vasa. However, he'd be a 644 king. It's pretty good! That's really good! So yes, we're gonna let Johan Vasa lead our nation. Absolutely. Solid, solid, solid. And now I can choose some rivals. Let's go against the Livonian Order. Let's go ahead and rival Denmark. Let's rival Novgorod. All of this is what I want. What kind of claims do we have? Oh, all of this. Yep, I got claims on all of this. So actually going for the spy network against the Novgorod is kind of pointless, but it still feels good. So we're gonna have kept all that. I could pay off some debts, which isn't a terrible idea. I'm still hurting a lot for money, but I think that's fine. Let's go ahead and start moving our troops in position and just go ahead and attack these guys while they're still at war with Denmark. Muscovy just took a ton of land off of them, so like I know that they're not gonna do anything right now. Loose lips, that's a little unfortunate, but all right, that's not a huge deal. It's just a little annoying. All right, all right, all right. Let's get all the troops in position. Thank you, Denmark, for blockading them, by the way. That's very generous of you. A grand ball in Stockholm, gain prestige. I mean, yeah, all right, I guess that's fine. So the Teutons are not technically rival to Poland, but it almost always works out that Poland is going to take something. So I'm gonna lose the alliance with them, but I honestly am kind of okay with it. I think I'm also gonna dissolve the alliance with Scotland, because I don't really gain a lot from that one, and there's a good chance I get called in against England, which I do not want in the future. So now what I probably want to do is try to encourage England to like me. If we can just get them up to friendly, that would be another powerful ally. With Poland, Lithuania, and England on my side, I'm pretty sure I can continue beating down people like Denmark as much as I want going forward. So, all of my troops, where'd you go? Troops, 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 where are you for real, though? You are up here. Okay, so almost there. We do need to put our Leader in charge, our king, hopefully does not die. That would feel real bad, man. And we have a truce with you? Oh, that's interesting. Because I was involved in the war with Denmark, but then broke free, I automatically get a truce. That makes sense. I just have to wait about a year. So let's just temporarily reduce my maintenance and stuff. Let's go ahead and mothball the forts, save a little bit of cash. Don't worry about it right now. But as we get closer to June of next year, that's when we'll go ahead and attack. I think Denmark is going to try to land over here, but I don't think they're going to get very much. Question, do you even have any claims on them? So what are you trying to accomplish exactly? Why did you attack Novgorod? Were you using like some of my claims? Is that a thing you were trying to do? I don't think I had any claims, but they did something. Maybe it was a trade war. No, that can't be it either. I don't know. Doesn't really matter at the end of the day. I just don't want Denmark to take this land. If they take it, that would be awkward, and then I'll have to go kill them again. Which I'm already planning on doing, so whatever. Not a huge deal. All right, we've maxed out relations with England. That's fine. The chance for an alliance is really dependent on them going friendly. I'm going to say that I'm friendly to them to try and encourage this. Anyone else would make a lot of sense as an ally. Brandenburg, maybe. They're actually allied to Poland as well, so that kind of works. Yeah, let's ally Brandenburg. I might be able to use them against people like Denmark in the future as well. How many relationship slots do I have? One more. Enough to pick up England or Novgorod as a vassal, depending on what's about to happen there. We'll go ahead and do a royal marriage with Brandenburg. I think that's fine. I'll do a royal marriage with Poland as well, secure that relationship. Can I get a royal marriage with England? The answer is no, because they are still somewhat neutral in their attitude toward me. Understandably, England's not really thrilled about nations declaring independence or something. I don't know. They might get a little antsy there. So yeah, Denmark is occupying Neva. Yeah, this has not happened in my test games. I've never seen Denmark actually declare this war, so this is interesting. Okay. Let's core the rest of the territory that I want. What's the culture down here, by the way? It's Danish. I think we're gonna get an event that would allow us to swap its culture. If we take a look at missions, actually, where is it? We need 80, that's fine. Not that. Not this. One of these, I thought, in the Skånland area. I think that's this. Hang on. Geographic area, Skåne. Yeah. This area right here. If we are to core all of this, I think we get a mission completed over there. And I think that's gonna give me the option to well, first off, it gets me more claims, which is amazing. But I think it also gives me some sort of an event that lets me maybe change some culture. I don't know. I tried this when I was at ParadoxCon, and it was pretty easy, honestly, to win as Sweden. I mean, Sweden's pretty strong. You can definitely win a war solo against Denmark, especially if they got involved in something else, like against Novgorod. I could have done that, but I really wanted to get Poland, Lithuania. It's just too good. I will go ahead and just gain some papal influence, I guess. We should probably improve relations with the Pope, who, by the way, is being attacked and has been occupied by the Ottomans. Oh, Rome has already fallen to the Ottomans. Okay. Yeah, no, that's not scary, at all or anything. Holy cram. Okay. No, it's fine. It's fine. Who's worried about it? Now, something we could do at some point is actually try to join the HRE, which would allow us to start attacking into the Holy Roman Empire. We do want to own Volgast and its the German coastline up over here against the Baltics. It's necessary for the achievement. It also would be really good for a lot of trade power. But we don't have that power right now, so we're just going to have to ignore some of that. Do I have one or two merchants? I have two. Where is my second merchant? Down over here in Krakow. Nah, I'm willing to bet you that we would get more money if I collected from trade here. And probably Novgorod is what I want, because I bet you Denmark is pulling trade this direction already. So let's try for that and see if this does get me some extra cash and trade. We're making 1.88 right now. Goes to 2.09. Yep, that is going to be better. Okay, that's what I expected. That is fine. Oh, we actually can go to war now. Right. Let's raise that army maintenance. And let's declare a war before they get called into anything else. Specifically, I guess we will take this one. Go. And I don't know if he even has any troops left. I think Denmark's killed them all. No, they got a few left. Okay, we need to be somewhat cognizant of the fact that I have no morale. If we spot him, there's a chance I could die. We're gonna force his navy out to get killed by Denmark, which gets them war score, but like, whatever. Not a huge deal, probably. Holstein, blah, 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 blah. Any sign of their troops? Where are they? I have no idea. I have no idea where Novgorod is hiding. But that's interesting. Okay. Well, let's just go siege down whatever we can. I'm hoping that Denmark is going to end this war sometime soon. They've already got the capital. I don't know what they wanted. What even was the point of this war? Danish conquest of Kola. Oh, they want this province for Norway. Norway had a claim. Okay. No, by all means, take that. That's absolutely fine. I do not care. Upset the Livonian order. Sure, why not? We don't like the Livonians. They're my rivals. They're currently trying to siege down what's left up over here. We're just gonna sit our troops over here on the capital so that when they fall, that's gonna be it. We actually had to take another loan, and we can build a great palace. Gain legitimacy? Yes, please. Let's take some of that, and there's actually nothing else for me to do right now, so we're just gonna sit back and enjoy a little bit of looting, because I'm a big fan of the Swedish Viking stuff. Oh, never mind, the war's over. Okay, they actually took White Karelia as well, which I don't really care about. So we need to take Neva. That is an absolutely crucial province for us. Can I get up over here? Hold up. I can't get over here because of zone of control. But Neva is a really important trade province in the Novgorod trade node, so I would like to take that. Now, we could actually say, never mind, let's not eat these provinces and let's vassalize Novgorod. That is an option for us. Let's see what the aggressive expansion looks like by the time we're done with that. But they technically have a lot of cores we could feed. I mean, this would be a really good opportunity to vassalize Novgorod and use that as an excuse to punch the crud out of Muscovy, who usually is not a fan of Poland. They hate each other. So I could get Poland to help me on this, and we could just fight them and their vassal swarm and obliterate. Right, call in Poland, and all of a sudden numbers are looking pretty good. Yeah, I like the idea of vassalizing Novgorod. It really just comes down to the aggressive expansion. Is this going to be too much for me? I don't know the answer yet, so we're just gonna sit back and wait. Now we're just gonna have you guys go over here and just do some looting. Get me a little bit of cash, keep me afloat for a while, please, and thank you. So there's their troops. They're black flagged and heading over here. They're heading over to this area, which I can't do anything about. Okay, just waiting for the capital fort. Mission complete, we have cored the rest of this territory. Dunskies, thank you, we will gain our permanent claims. And now we could lose a stability in order to make these guys Swedish. Now I'm at 3 stability right now. Losing stability sucks. However, I know that I'm going to be able to get more unique infantry, which are very good later on, if I have more development that is Swedish, and as terms of culture. Also, we lose the autonomy and gain all the power right off the bat. Also, Denmark becomes a historical rival, which is gonna happen anyway. Also, we now have to deal with a bunch of separatists. That's not what I wanted. So, the question is, do I do this or not? I feel like the answer is probably yes, but I want to hold off on this as long as I can. I'd really like to get this fort so I can get my troops together. I don't like this heir, so we're gonna say no to that one. I think we have to just accept that we're gonna have some rebels. Let's teach them the Swedish ways. All right, so as far as culture, this is now all Swedish. Primary culture, which is great. And yeah, they are sitting here on a fort, but that's fine. So we just tossed a chunk more development, like let's say almost 40, like 35 or so more development is now Swedish culture. All right, that's not bad. That's pretty good even, I'll take it. There's my siege done. Let's go ahead and start marching the troops off this direction, and let's see what happens with Novgorod before I end this video. What are we going to do? We are going to see what would it take to make them a vassal. So the coalition is just Denmark. Well, that answers that. Now, we might still want to take these provinces for myself and then make them a vassal, because I want to own the coastline myself, and I especially want to own the trade province. But if that's all I'm gonna have to deal with, that's fine. That is completely, totally, 100% fine. So yeah, we're gonna take as much money out. Oh my God, they had, oh, I thought they had 1,000 ducats. No, 124.8. Perfect though. This is good, except this. I now have a vassal named Novgorod. Hi buddy, how you doing? And we have a trade province, and now I'm moving these guys over here to deal with Swedish rebels in former Danish territory. All right, I'd say these are pretty solid power moves at the beginning of the game. I'm looking forward to beating up Muscovy very early on and preventing them from becoming a major powerhouse. And then we're just going to continue beating down on Denmark again and again and again as often as we are allowed. Thank you all for watching this. I hope you are looking forward to the rest of the series. Don't forget that the immersion pack does go online as of tomorrow, so you'll be able to pick it up in the Steam store. Be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.